Share my screen. I'm still hearing people for some reason. If you could mute yourself. All right, I think I finally got it. Everyone is muted. Not that I don't want to talk to you, but we have some important information and we want to get right to it. Okay, so we are recording and welcome. I'm so excited, you guys, that you have joined me on this very first Sunday of December. And my name is Carla Burns. I'm an Ambassador Diamond, top earner with It Works Global for the past 10 years. But believe me, I did not start at the top. In fact, I knew nothing about this business model that we call direct sales, network marketing. I had to learn. I had to learn not only about our industry, but I had to learn how to sell myself and how to sell our product and our opportunity. So if I could ask, did you fully understand when you chose to purchase your Business Builder Kit that you were going to be selling a product? So you were hopefully given the steps to success sheet and explained how to fill it out. Step 1, you sign up, you purchase your kit, you're in. Step 2 is get those first four loyal customers in your first 30 days. Okay, so let's stop right there. Would you agree that in order to get those 4 loyal customers, you will be selling them products? You'll be selling them your products. This is what you chose as an It Works independent distributor. You earn commission from sales. So yes, we have extra bonuses, but if you want residual income that people would walk through a wall for, that, friends, is based off of your commission. So how do we earn commission? You sell our products. You can call it refer or share, but I want you to get really comfortable with that word sell, because selling is going to start with you. Now, you can sell anything to anyone if you know the rules of the game. And I call it a game lightly, but the reality is the sale is the battle of 2 minds. Who is going to overcome their fear first? So your job, if you want to win the sale every time, is to become an expert in helping other people overcome fear. So how do we do that? When you're shaking in your own boots and you don't even have enough courage to hand out your Blitz card, how do you overcome that fear? What you need to know is that your own mind is the battlefield. This is where the war is going on. I mean, daily, think about this. There are 8,000 thoughts per second going through your brain every single day. Some are good, some are bad. And it's critical to know what you really want so you can subconsciously act on that. Now, it sounds a little scientific, and it is, but it's a scientific fact that if you get distracted and lose focus on what your intention or your goal is, then your subconscious is going to kick in. And you don't want to go there, because subconscious is filled with all your fears and doubt. You need to stay laser focused. So let me explain. If you believe you're a loser, you're going to lose. If you believe you're a winner, you're going to win. It's really that simple. If you have limiting beliefs that you have not dealt with, the second you feel fear or pressure, these thoughts literally go on autopilot. Now, of course, we are all going to have some good days and bad days. I still have them myself. But I can tell you right now that feeling sorry for yourself is the biggest trap. It's going to guarantee that you will keep losing. That's why choosing the right attitude and knowing exactly what you want will trump those racing thoughts. So you're still going to have those racing thoughts. They're not going to go away, but there is a way that you can battle those. You can be thinking a negative thought and still have a smile on your face. Because remember, the name of this game is the first one to show fear or doubt will lose. So, for example, this is a really good example for a brand new distributor. If you believe that you don't know enough about the products, you just created yourself a weakness. But with the right attitude, you can choose. You still believe maybe you don't know every single thing about the products. That could be true for you, but you can choose. I may not know all about the products, but I know the ones that I love, and I know where to get the answers. See, it's just a totally different attitude. Now you're back in the winner's circle. So how do we have the right attitude? How are you even going to know if you have the right attitude? Especially when you're new. I go by, how do I feel? So am I nervous? Am I really excited? Am I feeling very relaxed, or am I frantic and frazzled? And you're probably telling yourself a million excuses why they're probably not going to buy, and it's a waste of your time. But know that those wrong attitudes, you got to know what they are. And not only know what they are, but why are you hanging on to them? So I want you to do this. I want you to take an inventory. I want you to ask yourself those hard questions about those limiting beliefs and be willing to change and choose a different attitude. So you don't have to fully believe, you just have to change the attitude and make a different thought process. So we talk a lot about knowing your reason for your why. This one thing will guarantee you a win every single time. If you walk into a party or a presentation with absolute clarity of what you want and focus on your why, if for no other reason, it will short circuit your subconscious and you're going to be able to stay focused. So I know that Stephanie Dunn, she saw a bag of groceries. When she was signing up a new distributor, or she was signing up a new loyal customer, in the beginning, that meant food on her table. Now for me, it was I wanted extra money so that I could take my family on vacation. And every person is going to have a different why. But you need to stay so focused on what that why is that you can drown out all of those other subconscious thoughts that they're going to come. Like I said, there's 8,000 of them every second. They literally travel at the speed of light. So you can't stop them. Just accept it. Those thoughts are there. They're real. They're going to come and go. But you are in control because you can choose. You also need to know in your immediate need is your want. So it's a little bit different because your why is a long-term goal. But what is it that you want right in that moment? And what you want will help you get to your why. So you also need to know that you need to respect yourself and your time because it's valuable. I mean, you guys got on here on a Sunday night, and I thank you very much for that because I know your time is valuable and so is mine. But what you want when you meet with someone, you want a sale. I mean, think about it. Who goes to a party expecting no sales? I have heard people say this when they invite someone. They will say, just come and check it out. You don't have to buy anything. Why on earth would you set yourself up for that? I'll tell you why, because it's fear. Fear will say to you, no one's going to show up. Choose to expect success because you're going to get exactly what you expect. So when you invite people, be expecting that they're going to come. Not only they're going to come, but they're going to be really excited. If you tell them the opposite, you just told them you don't want sales before they even heard your presentation. Think about what they're thinking. It must not be something you love, or they would absolutely buy it. They can feel that. They can hear that in your enthusiasm and in your voice. So choose this instead. I'm presenting my business and my products and would love to share them with you. Be proud of what you own and what you do. I mean, think about it. What do you say when people come up to you and ask you what you do? Does everyone know that you are the rap girl or rap guy? And if they don't, why not? Be proud, you guys. We have an amazing opportunity, an incredible first to market product, amazing results. You got to be very excited about this when you're talking to people, and as you should be. So, what do you want? And how are you going to get that? Well, I can tell you, fear and what people think has killed so many dreams. The minute you start fearing, what you're really worried about is, oh my gosh, what will people think? What are they going to say? What if this doesn't work? What if I don't do something right? What if I don't say something right? You can't be great at sales with thin skin. Like Pam says, you're going to have to get over yourself. And all that means is facing your fears and choosing to rise above. It means, you know what, if you're afraid to do it, you have to do it anyway. When you know what you want and you let that drive you every single time, and know that every time you can get it if you sell the next prospect, close that next party, or enroll the new loyal. And I said sell on purpose, because I bet you some of you just cringed when I said sell the prospect. Call it what you want, but it's a sale. And why are we afraid of that? Why does sharing ease our fear of the sale? When we say, oh, I'm sharing, I'm referring, let me share you this secret, because this is going to help you. This is the secret that's going to help you drop all of this fear. It's all perception. And what you must do is you have to choose to perceive a potential for what they really are. They are not something to be afraid of. They're human beings. They have feelings and needs. And you know what? They work hard for their money too, just like we do. And most people also have to choose. They're going to either spend money with us, or they're going to spend money on something else that they need or want. See, this fear goes both ways. And fear is a false perception. The secret is they are also coming to you fearful. So you guys are both fearful. You're both coming to this meeting, or you're coming to the party, and you're both scared out of your minds. They've been told about scams. Their best friend told them they tried it, didn't work, and their mom said, just as they're going out the door, oh, you're not going to fall for that, I hope. And on, and the thoughts are going through their head as they're on their way to see you, and the thoughts are going through your head as you're on your way to see them. And so what we do on a daily basis is kind of like a war. I mean, they think we're the enemy. We're there to take their hard-earned money. At the same time, you walk in with your own fear that they're going to reject you, or you're not smart enough, or whatever it is that you're thinking in your 8,000 thoughts per minute. Will they buy it? Won't they buy it? What if they do buy it? Or am I going to waste my time? The only way to get rid of this fear is face it and own it and rise above it. And this starts the second that you make eye contact. If you want to win, you must ease their fears first. And when you understand what's going through that potential's head, you can turn this war into a victory. And there's really no harm in calling it a war, because you need to understand that the victory means that you get the sale and the experience was good for both of you. They're going to get a great product and your time was well spent. See, now you are one sale closer to reaching your why. And that's how it goes. It sounds right, easy, so win-win. So now, how do you help yourself? And most importantly, how do you help your prospect overcome their fear? It starts, like I said, the very first second that you make eye contact. It's first impressions. They really do count. So think about this. How did you leave the house? Take a look, take inventory, check yourself in the mirror. Do you look professional? Are you proud to represent your brand? That's a feeling that will exude from you. Most importantly, Are you approachable? Can they relate to you? This is where I highly recommend dropping anything too flashy, because if they feel intimidated the second that they see you, that fear monitor is going to go through the roof. And honestly, you've lost that sale before you even open your mouth. So it's really important that you are approachable and that they feel comfortable with you. So the next thing is, how are you going to greet them? So if you're meeting in person, or you're going to pick up the telephone, or you're going to send a voice message, the next time you do this, instead of thinking all of those what ifs, I just want you to focus on this one thing. I want your thought to be, how can I make this person feel comfortable and valued? Smile. Even if you're on the phone, smile. Be excited. Don't be in a rush or in a hurry, because that screams stress, and nobody wants to be around someone that's stressed. So before you even pull out your flyer or your catalog, your Blitz card, whatever it is you're using, first create that safe environment. I love to meet in coffee shops, because I just feel like if it's possible, offer any type of gesture of hospitality. This is a universal way, and it's an exchange of two people coming to a common ground and having something in common. So, and making that person feel warm. So a cup of coffee goes a long way. So at your parties, you don't have to be very elaborate. Just have, some nice snacks and maybe some fruit. We're gonna sample some of our products, so you don't really need a lot. But just offering that little piece of hospitality is gonna go a long way. Because when someone buys you a cup of coffee, you know how that feels when they offer to buy you a cup of coffee, that first warm, fuzzy feelings start to begin. You start bonding. And so think of this as a date with a new friend. So you're meeting with someone one-on-one now. I'm not talking about parties. This is a one-on-one at a coffee shop. You want to get to know them. Allow them to talk. Ask questions and listen. I know small talk that can seem fake, but it really helps to ease initial fears. Find something that you truly, authentically love about them. Maybe you love their shoes. Maybe they have a cute watch. Maybe you just love their hairstyle. Find something that you authentically like about them and share that. Give them a compliment. So the funny thing is, the military actually calls this diversionary action. There's a name for that. So some of us call it small talk, but military calls it diversionary action. It's a distraction. All it does is drown out all those fears, those 8,000 per second that are running through your both of your minds right now. And it gives you a chance to listen. Start taking some notes. Because if you genuinely want to add value to their life, it's so important you need to hear what they need so that you can fill it. And you can't hear this if you're doing all the talking. Now, how many times have we done this before? Especially when we first get started, we just want to blah, 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 tell them everything that we know, all about the wrap, all over 35 different products that we have. We want to tell them all of this in the first 30 seconds. And they're just like, whoa. Now, both of your minds are just overwhelmed with all the thoughts that naturally run through your mind, plus all the thoughts that you just put into their mind. So it's really important that you can't hear if you're doing all the talking. So don't forget why you are both there. You want the sale. They want whatever need that is to be filled. See, they wouldn't even have met with you. They would not have shown up if they truly didn't somehow, deep down, subconsciously, want to find out what it is that you have to offer. They really do want to know. So in order to overcome those fearful thoughts, they're going to go through your head. You must believe 100% that in order to get what you want, this has to be beneficial for both of you. Love conquers fear. We know this. Pure love conquers all fear. So when you want to conquer fear, you need to choose to be opening your heart to them. And when you open your heart to someone else, you can forget about your own self. Now you're in a position to be able to help and add value to them. So I'm not saying that you could do all of this perfectly. And those voices in your head, they are still going to be there. They're not ever going to completely go away. But when you know that they come just from feelings of insecurity, guilt, unworthiness, know what they really are. They're feelings. And feelings are not reality. Did you hear me what I said? Feelings are just that. They're not reality. I totally get that you have them, but they have no power unless you choose to agree with them. And when you allow these thoughts to control you, you are making it all about you. There is no love in that. You are not putting that other person first when you are so focused on you and the thoughts that are going through your head. So in order for this to be a real win, both of you must benefit. Okay. So now you're all at ease and it's time to share your products. Slowly and clearly. I want you to spend at least 10 or 15 minutes putting your potential at ease, because one wrong move and your deal is off. I'm a sure sign. This is how you can tell if you're making someone uncomfortable. They'll get kind of like twitchy, they'll start tapping, they're moving in their chair, they don't really want to make eye contact with you, kind of doing these awkward laughs, they're getting distracted, they're on their cell phone. If you see any of these, I want you to stop talking. I want you to lean back, physically lean back, give them some space, smile. Remember, you need to make them feel comfortable. And for some reason, you have not, because they're nervous right now. Just say this one thing. I'm sorry, apologize, because I've been doing all of the talking. It's your turn. I guarantee you were throwing up on them, and that's why they're getting all nervous. So just sit back, lean back, give them their space, and say, I'm so sorry. I have been doing all of the talking. It's your turn. Don't say anything else. Don't even ask them a question. Just smile and wait. Wait until they start talking. Give them a chance to feel like you are actually listening to them, because you know what? 99% of people, they just want to be heard. Remember, they have a need and you need to fill that need, and it can't be filled until you are listening to them. So now you're going to listen. You're going to sit back and you are going to listen to them. It all comes down to one word. It's trust. So, think about it. Who wants to have a friend? Have you ever been on those coffee dates with those people that all they do is talk about themselves? And you know what I'm talking about. You're sitting in your chair and you're cringing at every word, and you're just waiting, hoping that the babysitter is going to text you and tell you, oh, you can go. And you're trying to make your own escape. So don't make your prospect feel like that. In order for you both to have a win, you need to find out what they need. And in order for that need, you got to stop talking and listening, and start listening. This is what I know to be true. Top sales people are experts in human behavior, and most importantly, they are excellent listeners. So you want to become someone that makes people feel comfortable, someone that people like to be around, approachable, and become an excellent listener, because your job is to find out what that need is and fill it. Now, when you are sure that you know exactly what that need is, now you ask for the sale. I know. Asking is the most fearful part. I was so afraid when I first started too. I never wanted to ask people. I always felt like I was bothering them, or, again, it's just all of those fearful things. And I was, afraid, well, what if they're going to say no? And then even more afraid, well, what if they said yes? So I promise you, if you have consciously chosen the right attitude before you went, you have genuinely discovered a need that you can fill by creating that safe and warm environment, you're not going to be afraid to ask. You're going to be shocked that you will actually enjoy this part, because you will have authentically added value to another human being. And guess what, guys? Every single one of us are wired to do just that. Surprise! Guess what? Asking is not a yes or no question. You are not asking them, do you want this or don't you want it? So you can just cross that fear right off of your list. Because at this point, the sale has already been made. You don't need to ask. Now you are just guiding them through the process of helping them get what they need or want. Now, Black Diamond Denise Walsh asked me one time, how do you close the sale? And you know what I said to her? I hand them a pen. That's it. Nothing magical. They're ready. They want what I have. I figured out what their need was. Now they just need a pen and they need me to guide them through the process of helping them get what they need and what I wanted. So if you have done your homework, this is not a matter of yes or no. Assume that they want it. Then remain confident, hand them the pen, stay excited for them, and say this. Remember, I'm recording this, so you can go back and take notes, but I want you to say exactly this. Thank you. Always be grateful. Thank you for trusting me with whatever that need was that you just met. I will get this right out to you. Then tell them our products ship directly to your house. So I'm going to need to get a little bit of information, your shipping and billing address. So this is not a surprise to them. You've just asked for their billing address. So they know, okay, what comes next? I'm going to give them a credit card. So then I say, we have a cool app. I mean, you guys can say what you want. You can be on your laptop, but I love to use our app on the phone. So I say, we have this cool app that we can use. We can do it on my phone, or would you like me to enter it on your phone? See? No yes or no questions. Never give them an opportunity to say yes or no. It's always which. So is it my phone or is it your phone? So at this point, you should have no issues. Now, if for any reason they're hesitating at this point, I want you to step back again, because for some reason you just got in their space. So step back, fears crept back in. I want you to help them, make them feel comfortable. I can pretty much guarantee that whatever they just said in their head went something like this. Oh my gosh, what am I getting into? I'm just going to give them a credit card. I don't like commitment, blah, 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 on and on. All of these thoughts just started racing in their head again. And they might say, is your site secure? Like, yeah, but that's not what you're going to answer. Or they might say, I don't like giving out my info. See, those are fear-based questions. They're afraid. So break the ice, help them relax, just laugh a little bit. And it's critical that you say this. Do not address their fear specifically. So don't say, oh yes, our site has this and that, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, we have this software and that software. That will actually make them more nervous. What I want you to say is, I totally get that. I can assure you, you are safe. That's it. Then ask this very important question, because if you don't, you're going to be there all day. Is there anything else you are concerned about that I may have missed? Now is the open door. Don't be afraid to ask this question, because you're just now allowing them to express anything they might be fearful of, but you are going to have the same response. Make them feel comfortable. Make them feel safe. Make them be okay with this transaction. Now, if they continue to hesitate, I want you to say this. No matter what the hesitation is, I want you to look at them in the eye and say, I can hear you say that you may not be feeling comfortable about this. Have I said something wrong? Now, there's a reason that we say this, because no one wants to make somebody feel bad. So now they want to help you. See, you did nothing wrong, except you've just not helped them fully overcome whatever fear that was going on in their head. Always be aware if they're hesitating. Why are they afraid? Did I say too much? You know, what did I do to make them feel fearful? And not even so much that, but how can I make them feel comfortable? And you make them feel comfortable by being heard and being listened to. See, most people are not going to admit that they're afraid. And listen, the goal is not to bully or pressure people. It's to assure them it's okay, that there's nothing to fear. See, you want what's best for them, because at the end of this interaction, you're going to have a customer. And you know what? That customer knows an average of 250 people. Did you know that? On average, every person on the planet Earth knows at least 250 people. So don't forget that, because if they walk away feeling very safe with you and confident that you have added value to their life, they are going to refer you to those 250 friends too. So that brings me to referrals. The sale is not over when that credit card goes through. See, that one sale can lead you to the next 100 sales if you ask for referrals. I know this is a scary thing too, because now you have to ask for something, and asking for some reason for people is a really difficult thing to do. But you just added value to their life. Why wouldn't you want to add value to more people's lives? You see, it's all that perception, and it's all just the attitude towards this. See, good selling, it's like planting and harvesting, or some refer to it like a Ferris wheel. So ideally, you want a constant flow. And if you're low on your hundreds list, you're not asking for referrals. You know, people talk to a lot of people about what they buy. If you knew how many sales were lost from not asking for referrals, you would cry. I mean, look at your customer as a long-term investment, not only for the residual orders that they're going to place with you, but hundreds of people that they know. So think about this. We need 4 loyal customers. If I have 4 loyal customers and they all know 250 people each, that's a pool of 1,000 people that I could potentially get to know. When somebody buys from you, the more they love the experience that they have with you, the more referrals you're going to get from them. And you know what? They're going to do it automatically. Just like if they saw a good movie or they ate a great restaurant, your loyals will sell for you if you treat them well. So what does that look like? Sending thank you cards. Gratitude is a lost art. I mean, just a real card. We have gotten so into social media and texting, not talking to people. I personally really value when someone takes the time to send me a handwritten card. I think, wow, because we're busy. People have busy lives. Yes, I know that. So when someone actually takes the time to write me a note and say thank you and put it in the mail and get a stamp, and I go to the mailbox and I open it and read it, I think, wow, now that is thoughtful at a whole nother level. You know, it used to be commonplace, but it's not these days. So that's going to set you above your competition. So a real card in the mail that you hand wrote. And you know what? Throw in some greens, throw in some wow, something that will fit in the envelope with it, and tell them that's for them to share with their friends. So let's say they do share with their friends and you do get a referral. It is so important for you to be grateful and thankful for that referral if you want to continue to get referrals from people. So this is a small suggestion I like to do. And you know what? It's a very small investment. I like to give them a $5 Starbucks card. And with that card, I thank them for the referral and I say, have a coffee on me. But you know what? It's also a chance to reconnect. Because if they want to get with you, have coffee again, maybe there's something else that they need. Maybe it's an opportunity now to tell them about your business. Maybe it's just an opportunity for them to bring a friend. So it's so important to do these things. You know, you don't have to constantly keep in touch with them, but those little things, maybe send them a birthday card, maybe send them a Christmas card. But those little things, they're going to add up. And you know what? I'm going to be the first to admit that I have gotten away from this. Like I said, I've been so involved with social media, and I got in a habit of just texting people and not even really calling people on the phone, just sending texts or messages and emails that it's probably the one thing that I wish I had done more of, and that in 2017 I will be doing more of, because I know now the power of this. And I mean, the digital age has its advantages. I'm not going to say that it doesn't, but nothing beats that personal touch. And I want to set myself apart from other people. So I'm thankful. I'm thankful for loyal customers, because you know what? We're expecting them to buy from us month after month. The very least that I can do is show them that I appreciate them and continue to add value to their life. So I thank you guys for listening. And I really hope that, you know what, after listening to this, you feel confident now that every time that you meet a new prospect, your answer can be yes. So let's just recap on those most important things. You want to make them feel comfortable. You want that first impression. Make them feel comfortable. Find out what they need, and how are you going to do that? You're going to listen. And when it comes to closing the sale, ask is not a yes or no. It's guiding them through the process, and then asking them for referrals and being so thankful for them, for their business, and for anyone that they do refer to you in the future. So I'll just come back to the video now and stop the, let's see if I can find it. Here we go. I'm going to give you guys a chance to say bye. Here we go. All right. You are unmuted.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you guys for listening.
Thank you.
I hope you guys learned a lot. Bye-bye.
All right.
Bye, thank you.
Bye.
Carla.
Thanks so much, Carla.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye, Carla.
Thank you.